Hey you guys, it's Amber J. Lee. Today I want to talk about something that I've been talking about before, but I'm going to keep talking about it until the message gets out there. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with a friend. Spoiler alert, before I go into it, if I feel like you're stupid and you're purposely, because I get it, not everybody can critically think and not everybody has the ability to understand everything, right? The world wasn't created that way for a reason. But if I feel like you aren't at a mental capacity to understand my message, I'm just gonna ban you because I don't have time to explain simple shit to people. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into the video.
Relationship, and then you get into a fight one night and he turns ice cold and cuts you off financially completely, and you have no cards because you've been using his card, so you don't have any money on you. And while you're sleeping, has his friend go over to the apartment that you guys have shared since like the lease began and moved in together, and like it was our apartment, and has his friend pack up all of your stuff and then drop it outside of your friend's apartment in his hallway. Says find your way back to New York, and it's January, so when I get back to New York I will have technically nowhere permanent to live. And there's absolutely nothing I can do because I wasn't on the lease, and he was calculating in that. And obviously this is partially my fault for making the mistake of becoming financially dependent on someone when I really didn't need to. Like, I had a career.
Him leaving her in another country is absolutely wrong, and he should have not done that, right? You shouldn't have left the woman in another country. I would never. If I was a man and me and you were like breaking up, I just would have like I would have flew your ass back home and just would have blocked you with everything. But to that, leaving her there is top-notch sickness. Let me get that out the way. Sprinkle. I'm gonna say two things. There are always younger and prettier women available to rich and successful men. There will never be a shortage, right? Ever. Rich men don't need you to act right. They can replace you. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, I was an NFL girlfriend, right? And I remember I came out with this story. I just kind of how I like blew up a little bit. And I came out with how NFL athletes replace their girlfriends every 2 to 3 business days. How I would see a girl on Tuesday, there for them, and by Friday it would be a whole different girl. Rich men are also on social media. They know you want them more than they need you. They see the content. Ice-T was married to a woman in his 50s, met Coco, somebody 30 years younger, and got married. And that's not me saying you shouldn't value yourself, but just keep that in mind. You want him and his resources more than he needs you. You're not bigger than the program. Like it just would be a rotating door. If one girl was given, like, and I'm not going to say his name because right now he's playing for the Carolina Panthers. I'll never forget, his baby mother was pregnant. And they were having issues. By that weekend, and he's still seeing this girl. By that weekend, because I'm in his close friends, he's still seeing this girl. By that weekend, he had a new girlfriend. By that weekend. Like, stop thinking that rich men's life and men with resources' lives are going to fall apart because you aren't fucking him anymore. It's 20 of you waiting in line. Literally. When I had my boyfriend and he was spoiling me, you don't know how I would like look through his DMs, how many girls knew about me and would still just be, oh, you look so good, you look so handsome, in line, waiting to be with him. Nothing in this world is free. If he's taking care of you, it's because at that moment he's getting something out of it. Right? In that moment, he's benefiting from being with you. Whether he's getting sex, whether he's getting emotional support, whether he just has a backbone, he's benefiting. But once the risk outweigh the reward, meaning you become too much of a problem, too much of a headache. The only time rich men don't discard women easily is if they're married. Hence why they fear marriage, because they know it's harder to get rid of you. You ever heard that saying, it's cheaper to keep her? It's harder to get rid of you. She is the victim. You went into this relationship with the idea of, I just don't want to work. I just want to be taken care of. And I get it. That's simple. That's easy. You want to be taken care of. You want a man to run your life. And that's okay. When you want to be taken care of, that's what you're saying. I want a man to run my life. And that's okay. Some women truly desire that. They truly desire a man that's just sitting at home, and men are, I don't know why y'all think being a housewife is just Pilates and Starbucks, because it's not. But they truly think a TikTok idea that it's just Pilates and Starbucks and a man is just running my life and he's just going to not turn evil or something, and he's not going to be a bitch, like he's going to be perfect. They have this Prince Charming idea of rich men, right? So they go in it being stupid. They go in it being delusional. They go in it thinking, I'm just going to be pretty and my life is going to be just easy as pie because social media said it would. Not knowing, you don't know what these women are going through behind doors. I used to think being an NFL girlfriend and dating NFL players was just the most when I got there, bitch, when I got there, shit was the gutter. Outside babies, cheating on their wives. Quit your job, you dumped all your friends. You went out there saying, I'll be whatever this man needs me to be as long as my bills are paid. That's it. I am risking my freedom. I am risking my safety. I am risking my livelihood for this idea of this man is going to make my life easier. That's why you went out there, right? Because I promise you, and I promise you, this man showed narcissistic tendencies in the beginning. But she was blinded by money. She was blinded by the idea of not having to work ever again. She was blinded by this idea of he's just going to be Prince Charming because he's rich. I don't know where y'all get this idea from that men who are rich are just are nice people or inherently good people, when in reality you think they're inherently good people because they have something that you think is good, and which is money. Because a good person would have never left anybody who they cared about across the country. I don't know what fucking world you live in, but men in their egos and their impulsive behavior, that's not reality. And this is what I mean when I say most women are conservative. They aren't democratic. They're conservative. They want men to run their lives, and they think that they're just going to sit there and do nothing but look cute and go to Starbucks. When these men was drugging their wives back in the day, they was beating the fuck out of them. Where is this fantasy that grown women are being sold, this Cinderella story? Wait, men only care about you when you serve them a purpose. It's like Future with Black China, right? Once he done slept with Black China 1,000 times, once he done got what he needed out of Black China, he was on to the next woman. She didn't serve him anymore, so he dumped her and went on about his day. Rich men don't need to beat her. See, my thing is, this is what y'all forget. Broke men tolerate bad behavior because they have to, because nobody is chasing, nobody's beating down the door of a broke man. Rich men have the luxury of not having to put up with shit. You know how when you get money, you don't have to tolerate certain shit? Like, I don't have to tolerate you waiting on the bus because I can order. You know, like, you don't have to tolerate stuff when your bag is bigger. Character. Money does not change character. It makes you become who you really are at core. More stories like this are going to come out in the future. It's going to be more women coming out. Like that one girl who came out and said that her husband was doing this, that, and the third. Because when you're hungry, you become delusional. When you're hungry, you become delusional. This is why I think it's very important that women treat themselves nice first. And they spoil themselves first. Because when a man do it, y'all start putting up with bullshit.